Hello students. In this video, we will study a very beautiful story from your textbook in English class 12th, Flamingo. The Last Lesson, written by Alphonse Daudet. Stay tuned till the end patiently. Alphonse Daudet, a French novelist and a short story writer, wrote a beautiful story, The Last Lesson, set during the Franco-Prussian War that was from 1870 to 1871, where France lost to Prussia led by Bismarck. The story unfolds in two French districts of Alsace and Lorraine when they passed into Prussian hands. The narrative follows a schoolboy named Franz who attends his last French lesson as Prussian forces enforce teaching in German only. Hamel, a teacher, reveals that this is the final French lesson due to an order from Berlin that was to teach only the German language in the schools of Alsace and Lorraine. Franz, initially worried about being late and unprepared, arrives to find an unusual stillness. Hamel, dressed formally, announces the change and emphasizes the significance of the French language. He regrets not instilling a stronger desire to learn in the students, blaming parents and himself. Hamel passionately glorifies the beauty of the French language, emphasizing its role in preserving cultural identity. As Hamel conducts the last lesson, the atmosphere becomes poignant. The lesson covers grammar and writing, with new copies emphasizing the connection of France. The schoolroom becomes a somber, means dark or dull in color or tone, yet focused space. The clock strikes 12. The Angelus chimes and Prussian trumpets echo, marking the end. Hamel, unable to continue, writes "Vive la France" on the blackboard, dismisses the class and bids farewell as he faces leaving his lifelong teaching post and homeland. Now, the detailed explanation of the chapter, The Last Lesson. Kindly do subscribe to this channel and like this video. Please stay tuned till the end. Franz started for school very late that morning, the morning of the last lesson. He was afraid of being scolded because Hamel was to question him on participles, and he did not know the first word about them. He thought of running away and spending the day out of doors. The warm, bright day, the chirping birds, and the Prussian soldiers drilling in the open field back of the sawmill all these things were tempting. But he resisted the temptation and hurried off to school. He had the power to resist the temptation. There was a crowd in front of the bulletin board near the town hall. Wasta, the blacksmith, asked Franz not to go so fast. He assured the boy that he would get to his school in plenty of time because he was sure that Hamel would not scold him on that day because of the order from Berlin. But the little Franz thought that Wasta, the blacksmith, was making fun of him. But actually, no, he was not making any fun of him. Usually, there was a great bustle when the school began, but that day everything was as quiet as Sunday morning. Through the window, Franz saw his classmates already in their places and Hamel walking up and down with his terrible iron ruler under his arm. Franz opened the door and went in. He blushed and was frightened. Hamel very kindly asked him to go to his place, and this made Franz really surprised. Franz noticed that the teacher had put on his beautiful green coat, his frilled shirt and the little black silk cap, all embroidered. He wore these only on inspection and prize days. The village people were sitting quietly on the usually empty back benches. Everybody looked sad, and Hauser had brought an old primer. Hamel said that it was the last lesson he would give them, and from now on only German was to be taught in the schools of Alsace and Lorraine. The new master would come the next day, and there was their last French lesson. He wanted them to be very attentive. Franz felt very sorry as he heard these words. He felt sorry that he had not learned his lessons properly. The idea that Hamel was going away made the narrator forget all about his ruler and how cranky or bad-tempered he was. Now Franz understood why Hamel had put on his fine Sunday clothes and why the old men of the village were sitting there. They had come to thank the master for his 40 years faithful service and to show their respect for the country that was theirs no more. Hamel asked Franz to recite, but he stood there silently. He could not speak anything. The teacher did not scold him. He confessed that his parents and he, the teacher himself, were to be blamed. They were at fault. Then he talked of the French language, the most beautiful language in the world, the clearest and the most logical. He asked them to guard it among them and never forget it. Their language was the key to their prison. Then they had lessons in grammar and writing. Then one more thing happened after that. The pigeons cooed very low on the roof. Franz thought if they would make even the pigeons sing in German. All the while Hamel was sitting motionless in his chair and gazing at one thing or the other. His sister was packing their trunks in the room above as they had to leave the country the next day forever. After writing, they had a lesson in history, and then the babies chanted their ba, be, bi, bo, boo. Even the old Hauser was crying. All at once the church clock struck 12, and then the midday prayers. At the same moment, the trumpets of the Prussians returning from drills sounded under the windows. Hamel stood up. He wanted to speak, but something choked him. He couldn't continue speaking. In conclusion, the last lesson by Alphonse Daudet provides a poignant portrayal of the impact of war and cultural shifts on a small village school in Alsace. Through the lens of Franz's last French lesson, the story captures the collective sorrow and realization of the value of language and education. Hamel's final act of writing Vive la France on the blackboard symbolizes a poignant tribute to the enduring spirit of the French language. The narrative serves as a powerful reminder of the significance of cultural heritage and the sacrifices made during times of change. Did you learn something? If yes, please like this video. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.